Baby Jesus, man.
So what do you guys think about Ronaldo's comments?
Bro, what the fuck? Dude, that's like
Ronaldo,
that was like
Cristiano
that's
Ronaldo,
past. That's
He's a
past.
good player and should do good and do good hopes for his team. And I said that he's at the top because he is a good player, but there's many at the top.
Hey, did they play? They played Celta Vigo, right? Did they play away?
I think it was home.
I think that was away, no?
They were wearing the like no, that was home.
It was home.
Because the whole crowd was wearing white, you know.
I don't remember. Ronaldo scored 4.
What's your thoughts about comics? Because you brought this title up that you're like, what's the thing about comics? Because if you guys don't know, I'm trying to get them into comics. These two guys right there. Wait, there you go.
I just like to be a good hero.
He wants to be a hero. He wants to get hit by gamma rays. He wants to have a thunderous hammer.
My heart is the strength that will take me there.
He's too big to be Ant-Man, so he has to be someone else. What about you? Okay, what's your thought on comics? Because you see me, I have a shitload of comics.
Yeah, and I don't obviously
Okay.
for reasons.
Yeah. But what's the thing? When comics, the topic of comics comes out, what's your first reaction?
Well, my first reaction is, why the hell is a super old comic worth so much money? Like, say a comic from the 1920s or something, the first edition of SpiderMan or freaking Batman or Aquaman or whatever. Like, and it's worth like freaking like $1,000, $5,000 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell does that have so much value?
Because of what if it's inspired and what's it been the origin of many things.
Well,
Comics and the drawings and the stories that they include in is pre-movies, pre-cinema. You know, if you're looking now, every movie of superhero, every TV show, anything that's to do from supernatural to science fiction dates back to old comics.
Well, yeah. So if I were to get an old book from the 1920s that had nothing to do with comics, would it still be worth as much?
An old comic that has to do nothing with comics?
No. I said an old book, not an old comic. Just like some book,
An old book?
from the 1920s.
If it's something big, it's worth a lot now. First printing.
How is a cartoon big? A made-up
Entertainment,
character.
dude. It's pure imagination creation brought into life, dude.
So no. But people don't buy these to read them. They buy them to collect them.
People read them and they collect them.
But if it's out of its package, it's no longer mint.
Yeah, but it's still valuable.
Yeah, so they
It's not
don't.
gonna be a million.
Read it though, and if they want to read it, they can go online for it, or look it up online. If they want to, if they're just in it for the reading, no, they're in it for collecting. They're spending thousands of dollars to collect pieces of paper with cartoons in them.
But what if it's something that makes him happy? What if it's something that let's say a guy's you know at a midlife crisis, he's depressed.
Buy a car, not a $5,000 comic book.
But what if this is the thing you gotta remember. Everyone's not the same. No one thinks that cars is just the first boom.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can do so much with $5,000.
Yeah, but what's it called? Exactly, you could do so much and so little. But either way, whether option you take, it'll still make you happy.
So if you're miserable, the best option is to spend $5,000 on a comic book that you can't open.
I never said that. I said that's something people do because it makes them happy.
Okay,
I won't judge them on that, but it's something I do.
No. But it's something that you would do. So if you had $5,000 and you're like, shit.
If I'm the way I am right now,
Yeah.
the way now I'm middle class, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
No.
Right?
If I was rich, yes.
So that means that only rich people collect comics then?
No, people who are really, really like their life is based off comics, will do that risk. My life is not entirely based off comics. The heroes, the stories, the art I appreciate from comics. That's part of my childhood. I grew up with cartoons that date back to the origins of comics. Now, are you asking me if I'm gonna spend $5,000 on an old Batman comic book? No, I have my limits. Now, if I was rich, I wouldn't spend every single dime that I have on comics. Once in a while, top issues, top stories that I like, I will get them because it's something that I could not only enjoy, but I could invest on.
But how can you enjoy it if you can't open it?
Because you have a piece of history. Let's say, okay, let me ask you this. let's say, because you're in the military. Let's say you're in the 40s, World War II. And some guy that, you're just a kid. Some guy comes back from World War II, it's V-Day. And he gives you his uniform, man, as a present. And, this is what I did. Gives you the uniform that they wore on D-Day, on Omaha Beach. Something that they were in a battlefield. Mm-hmm. You see blood on them and whatnot. They give it to you as a momentum, like to remember that I vouched for an event in a certain time that happened. Whether it's good or not, whether it affects what happens in the future, who knows? But I'm giving it to you. Would you keep it? Would you like to be part of history? Because remember, the history of the past determines what happens in the future.
Well,
creativity. So from back then, pre-technology to now.
I would suspect that those are two completely different things, because obviously World War II changed the world, not just us, the entire world.
Okay.
This is that's why it's called World War.
Yes.
So
I hint the name.
If a soldier for some reason gave you his used uniform, I'd probably keep it. I would never wear it.
Oh, yeah, no.
I would never do anything with it. I don't know if I would sell it or it would gain any sort of value whatsoever.
People would pay a lot of people who collect memorabilia from World Wars.
That would probably be in a museum instead of it being in my closet with me not knowing what the hell to do with it. Comic books are tradable. They're you can sell them. You're not gonna sell a freaking uniform that was given to you by a soldier who fought for your freedom and country and all that, because then now what does that make you like?
But I'm talking about the item that is part of history.
Yeah.
Same thing with comic books, history. Most things that people come up with, shows, movies, books and whatnot, date back to these original stories.
So because these are like original stories, like when they first came out, it makes them worth like $5,000.
Look, what's your favorite superhero? Name it off.
Spider-Man.
SpiderMan. Mm-hmm. How can you relate to that to the character of Spider-Man?
Kind of like a teenager who's just put with a ton of responsibility.
There you go. You like him. You enjoy. You just probably someone. If you're like someone, you have to be a superhero. You'd be Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to know its history of that person?
I can look it up, not buy a $5,000 comic book.
Looking it up is one thing, but having something that came out when nobody had heard of Spider-Man, no one had heard of a teenager who had superpowers. Wouldn't you like to have it in your possession, to either pass on to your family, sell it for more money to either invest or blow off?
Well, okay.
It's one thing to see history. It's another thing to have it in your hands or have it in your room.
So you're telling me that I should probably, or not I should, but since he is my favorite superhero, I would love to probably have the original copy, or however many original copies there are of the original Spider-Man, I guess, comic book. But I can't. If it's open, it's open. You can't really do anything with it. You have to be all delicate with it and careful with it. If I want to read it, I can look it up for free.
Yeah, but that's the difference right there. You could read it, or you could have it in your hands. That's part of it. Right now you could buy the first appearance of Spider-Man for less than $1 digitally. Or you could hold it in your hands and be like, look, this came out this year when he was first created. I have something that limited little bit of people still have, or copies of that still lie around. That are actual copies. And I think you make a good point, but it's the same thing with technology.
Well, okay, no, see, here's the thing about technology. You know how YouTubers are making, there's gamer YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's like saying, would you like to have the original 007 game? Or watch someone else enjoy it for you? a lot of people watch someone else
Enjoy it for them, yeah.
enjoy it for them than having them spend money on something they're probably not even going to use for that long, or something they're not going to keep for that long.
Like a boot.
But it's a momentum. Why not have the experience instead of seeing it from afar?
It's not a memento if you weren't there for it.
But if you have it,
Huh?
but if you have it, that it doesn't make it a momentum.
It's not a moment. It's a part of history, but a memento is something that
Time.
you keep. Like, say I'm gonna keep this as a memento to remind me of this moment right here.
Yeah.
That is a memento. If you keep, if you were to give me like or if I were to go buy a freaking, I don't know, like a picture. And it was from like 1920. I can't be like, that's a memento of 1920 because I wasn't in 1920.
Yeah, and that's the flip side of it, that you weren't in that period.
It's a memento of when I got it, but not a memento of the time period where it came from.
But you believe that it's ridiculous people spend this amount of money?
Yes. On pieces of paper because they're old.
But you do know that there's a system that you could make a profit out of this. If money is concerned, you can make a profit out of this, right? You know.
Yeah,
Right?
I know, I understand. Like, see, I'm not saying like that. It doesn't. You can't take advantage of it. You can't invest your money in it to make more. I just think it's completely ridiculous that you'd spend so much money on, I don't know, comic books and then wait years and years and years for them to gain value, I guess. I don't even think every comic book, just because a comic book is old, doesn't really make it super valuable.
But check this out. But what if it's part of a feeling? What if it's something that makes you happy? What if you grew up depressed? You could have been a hustler. You could have grown up in the streets, do drugs and whatnot. But you look into Batman. I'm not saying all the comic, but like Batman right now.
Uh-huh.
And like the reason why I'm at this place, and let's say that guy who it turns out to be becomes a fireman, a firefighter, or a cop, or a president, or someone, and yet they say, oh, what was the pivotal point? It was Batman. Wouldn't you think that the person who the character that inspired him to be a better human being would like to know that character's origin, fake or not, origins? Wouldn't you like to?
But you know what? Be like a normal person. Just collect the items, like the ones that are there right now that you grew up with. Like, if I get something before my time, I mean, obviously because of the way things are, it's gonna cost a lot of money to have the original
Batman
Batman comic book or whatever. I guess I could, if I was, I don't know why I have to be depressed to like a comic book.
No, you have to be depressed, but you don't have to be depressed to like a comic book. I'm saying that a comic book could help someone out of depressed in the weirdest,
Well,
most
I
unbelievable
understand
way.
that everybody has their taste.
Yeah.
Everyone has different things and la di da di da.
Yeah.
But like, do you think it's a little bit ridiculous that in order for somebody to be happy, they have to get the original copy?
Happiness is something that
Like, you
you
need
can't put a price on. Happiness is something you can't put a price on.
But there is a price on it.
Yes, to be happy, yes. But if it's worth for you being happy, I think anyone would do it for it.
So that's so weird. Like how that freaking comic book, like the
Comic book man?
comic book man.
Yeah.
When that guy had the Batcave, that is something you could invest money on. That shit is awesome. Not a piece of paper that says it was from 1920. It was the first time this character was introduced. Here, frame it on your wall like it was a picture. It's worth $5,000. You will probably never really open it or anything because you don't want it to destroy its value.
But like you said, people have different tastes. You could either have it built up into your house, or it's something that you could pass on, that you don't have to break off and whatnot.
If you want to like spend that much money on comic books, I mean, you do you, boo boo. You know, I'm not gonna stop you if you want to spend $5,000 on a comic book. I mean, that's fine. Okay, I don't hate you for it. I don't like. I don't mean to like disrespect you in any way, but like, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I like comic books, but not enough to spend money on them when
What-
I can watch them online.
Let me ask you this: what's the most if you're a hero that you're like, oh, it'd be cool if I could own this one out. What's the most you would spend for something old and rare of a hero you like? I know for certain fact that you like Spider-Man, Deadpool. What's the most you'd be willing to have something like? Yes, I have something. This is the first time. Yeah, this guy. Yeah.
Don't you think it'd be better to actually like pay to go to Comic-Con to meet the people who created it instead of
People do that as well.
yeah,
But let me ask you. I'm just asking
like
you.
have a pic. That's a memento. Have a picture of the person that you like.
And I
that
do.
has helped, who has created this character, who has made you happy, instead of spending like freaking quadruple the amount you would pay, or maybe like 5-duple or whatever. For
And I have.
a piece of paper.
And I have, but I'm asking you about a comic book. What's the most you would spend?
What's supposed to, I no.
Like comic book?
I don't know, like $30.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spend that much money on a comic book because I'm never gonna read it. Like I'll read it once, I won't read it again. I'm not like the Big Bang Theory with like Leonard and Sheldon where they buy a shit ton of comic books and read it over and over and over and over again. I don't even read the same book twice, dude. I don't read the same book twice.
Okay. Fair enough. What's your take? What's your take on? Oh, yeah.
Really?
Are you bleeding?
What's your take on it, dude? On comic books and Geek Mania. We've heard his tale. What do we haven't heard yours? What's your take? Have you ever read a comic book?
I read a comic book. Have I? Oh, the Captain America. Captain. No, not Captain. The one with the underpants.
Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants is way.
No. Now that's a comic book. That's a
That-
comic. That's a thing that I've actually read like a little over, but like not more than
That's
twice.
okay.
His toilets and all that.
When I
And
mean
then
when
just
I,
do the little flippy things.
when I mean comic books, I mean like
You mean like
mainstream
Marvel? Like,
mainstream heroes like heroes from Marvel and DC. Have you ever read a comic book from either one of those?
there's more comic books than them, but still.
Have you ever?
Well, like I haven't seen like a real comic book. Like how you can like actually like read a real comic book on like Superman. I think that like I must like seen like supernatural. Like, that's the way it's kind of weird on me. Cause
Yeah,
like,
it is.
they do
It is. It's part of the Geek Mania, yes.
Yeah, because they go pa 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 and take all the demons on that.
But what's your take
Or
on
Smallville.
comic books? So you never read a comic book?
Like if I have read a comic book, the only one would be the Captain America. That's
Okay.
I'm
What do you think about people spending like how he had his thought of spending a ton of money to collect something that's old and rare? Some other people, people think it's absurd. To other people, it's like if they have the Holy Grail on their hands. What's your take? Someone said I just spent $5,000 on the first appearance of the Joker. You know, what would you think? What would your first reaction be?
a Joker. He's a bad dude. Like, what would he become bad at the end?
No, but no, yes, we know he's bad. But what do you think if someone told you, I have the first time I have the book from 1968. The first time Joker was ever in anything. Oh, the Batman character, Batman bad guy. Someone said, dude, you know how much I paid for that? And you ask him, well, how much? They said $5,000. What would your reaction be?
I'll be like, whoa, man, what would you do that for? Like, you could do that 5,000 for, I don't know, for yourself, for some food supplies, or for like charity.
Do you think, from a non-comic book fan or collector, you think it's absurd that people go out to spend this much money, or you think there's always a reason or reasonable thought?
Like in a way, it is a reasonable thought, cause like a comic book could be something special upon like what happened. If it, like it could be a real story.
Yeah.
Or like, so if it's a real story, it'll be worth something. But if it's just like a make believe, like really like then it would be nothing like you getting a pair of shoes or something. It's like a storyline about what Michael Jordan did. That's why they're worth a lot in a way. So to me, it depends if it's reality.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's reality, I will get it. If it's just like make believe, I will not get it.
Okay. And do you think that people who spend this amount of money should,
comic books?
yeah, on comic books, should focus more, even though they're connected to a certain character, that they should move on and do something close to it, but not as absurd to other people as buying an old book.
Well, like
Let's say the movies, the new movies, Batman vs Superman, right? It looks good, right?
Yeah. Because like Batman and Superman,
Yeah.
it's like Jason versus Freddy.
Yeah. Are you gonna go see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, because they all see, they know
Yeah.
who they are, like, they
Yeah.
know like what they do. They
If-
want to know the storyline. Yeah.
If someone says, "Damn, I'd love to know where these two characters started off from," and they go out on their way and find the very first book, and they spend an absurd amount of money, let's say $1 million.
No, you retarded fuck. You spent $1 million on a book. Why?
Oh, okay, no, hear me out. Yes, it's an amount of money. You can do anything in the world to it, but they just have to get a book.
Oh my god.
Does that mean they have a special connection to that book?
No, it
that
means they
was
have $1 million to spend on nothing.
Or it depends. Me, it'd be like a special connection. Or make that connection to like.
Remember, this is Batman. This is not a real person. No, he can be a real person. If there was a rich guy who cared much about people, he could dress up as a Batman. He could fake it that he's actually a playboy. He could do that. That's something people could do that, but he's make believe. But some guy, he's either rich or poor, and like wasted his life saves on this because this matters really big to him. What would you feel about that?
I feel that this fool would be an amazing dude, and I would like to join his team and become a hero. Give me the gadgets, bro. Got you, bro. Team up with you.
Well, there you go. Edgar thinks that's okay, but at the same time, it's not okay that, do yourself a favor.
You gotta be safe. Always have your safety on.
Yeah.
Safety,
Yeah.
Safety is first.
If anyone,
Keep your mind good. Keep your hopes good. Keep your head up.
if anyone wants to make a
Keep
superhero
your
team, please
Make the whole
contact him. You
freestyle
can follow him at Edgar Crooks, Twitter, Instagram,
It's
right?
a profe.
El Profe. Okay.
Trying to be a professor.
If there's any absurd viewers that like to make a petition to this negative cause, you can follow AJCosmic at Twitter.
Oh yeah, my name.
Ulises el profe at IG.
Yeah, for him.
Don't spend $1 million on a comic book.
Morales in Facebook.
Just freaking look it up, the origins, and that's fucking it, dude. It's free. It's online. Why? Don't spend money on a fucking comic book. Like, no, I'm like, okay, maybe like a 5, 30, maybe like 100, whatever. But like, if you spend like freaking grand, like, what are you doing?
What if it's
what are you, like, please hire me for whatever job you're doing.
if it's
like,
$999, would it be a problem?
$199, I mean, fuck yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like,
Okay. This is just test footage. See how we look, how we sound, how we should be prepared and whatnot. The podcast.
You sound good.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about crazy stuff, real life stuff, or absurd stuff. Like how does Edgar does it to make that beer hairy as it
I know
is.
this is beer, but it looks like a goatee. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
the
trying to be a
goatee.
goat 'cause I'm a wolf.
Ow. And how does AJCosmic
Cool, I'm a
get out
cool
of
guy.
bed with working at Target and doing YouTube?
what the fuck? Okay. Why not?
I'll see you guys.
Nah, I don't see you guys. But it's true, they're not there. Oh yeah.
Oh my lord.
Oh fuck! I'm just gonna leave it recording and see if we say some stupid shit. We can have it. Oh man.
No, I don't see them, bro. They're not there.
Okay, since we hit the topic about people spending a much money on old paper, if you had old paper, yeah, old comics, they're made of paper. If you had a lot of money, what's the one item you'd love to get?
Enough. A shelter for me and my girl.
Okay, so a place for you to girl. Okay, AJ.
Well, so is this like an endless amount of money?
10 grand. What could you do with 10 grand? What would you do with 10 grand?
10 grand.
If we are here, I would like put that shit in a stock, penny stock.
I'd probably
big
buy another
stock.
car.
Another car? What type of car?
Mustang GT. Shelby
Mm.
GT.
Chinese or American?
American, bro.
Okay. You? You would still get a house or apartment worth 10 grand and for a girl?
For a girl.
For a girl.
Spending 10 grand on the girl.
Would you?
I would not spend 10 grand on the girl. I would spend my whole love with her. That's the most I can do.
And isn't that worth?
What's the most? Love is the best. That's all you will have, bro. And all the goodness of my kisses.
So you're saying that your kisses and hugs are more worth than $10,000 to a woman?
Or I would say that it depends, cause like if you need the money to buy things, the money is worth a lot.
Okay.
But that love will never be worth more. Like that means that love will never be worth more than love. Cause without love, man, then what are you? Yo, I'm telling you the truth.
Fucking priest over here. Oh, fuck. I can't wait to see him act those scenes out.
We're gonna be acting with him?
Yeah, the horny giant, the story.
Ain't that so? That'd be me. I'll be on the top paradise looking for her.
Well, who's your dream girl? Who's the
Dream
one?
girl?
If there's a celebrity or out of the blue girl that you would like, she'd be it for me my whole life.
Girl, like for me, my dream girl would be the girl that would like care for me for who I am. Like,
What's her name? Is she?
like for me, I'll give her nicknames, man. I'll give her like my little bonbon.
No. But if you have
Ali,
to, if you have to choose a girl from either school, from a party, or a celebrity that you don't even know.
Are you gonna put this online, dude?
No.
You should stop recording.
I'll just leave it. Who would you get? A celebrity. A celebrity that you could live with the rest of your life.
I'll go live with the rest of the life.
Only one.
One. I'm sorry, but I love you. This is J-Lo.
Jennifer Lopez?
That's my love. That girl cute.
Can I say the Invisible Woman? Jessica Alba?
You would be wrong.
Wow, okay. This is a new notion, okay? Because he always brags about Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba is bae, but if it is someone who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, I would rather have it someone closer to my age. Okay?
Okay.
One night with Jessica Alba, oh my gosh. Shit.
One night.
Like,
Okay.
Like, or whatever, maybe a few weeks, I don't give a shit.
Okay.
But my entire life,
You think she'd stop bitching about shit?
my entire life, it would have to be, no doubtedly, Ariana Grande.
Wow.
That,
How old is she?
I actually don't know, but I know she's closer to my age.
Okay. So you're thinking long term.
Yeah, well, yeah, you said the rest of my life.
So you want someone that could last at least the next 40 years, not the next 30 years or 50, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I want to like have them longer, you know. Like not someone who's 30 years older than me, and who's still freaking amazingly gorgeous, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, like trying to think long term here.
Nice.
You too?
Wow. Wow, that's a good question. I would have to go with shit, that's a good question. I'm always switching.
Boy, you're talking about Jessica Alba, that girl cute. I seen her in the movie, dang man, who is it? It's Jessica Alba and it's the other girl. It's like another girl, like it's her and her sister, and then the dude and the Jessica Alba girl is with a like an English teacher, and the English teacher's from London, and then like they have a baby, and at the end Jessica Alba don't love her no more, and then her sister's like with them, and then her sister with somebody else, and at the end like that guy lives with her in like a nice house.
Pierce Brosnan, does he have a beer? Is it Salma Hayek in it?
Yes, that one from Grown Ups. She's in Grown Ups.
It's another movie,
They're
dude.
going out with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that girl cute, man. Especially the other one. Oh, man, that girl has a nice heart, man. I believe she's really cute for the way she is.
I would have to go with Margaret Robbie. You know who she is, right? Have you seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes. Oh, her?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
shit.
playing, I don't know if you noticed, but she's playing Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad.
If I say now, girl, I don't want to be mean because I said 2 girls already, 3 actually. I'm gonna see a little girl from Snapchat.
Oh wow.
This is Snapchat I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She always have to meet her. Her name is like Tony Jordan.
Tony?
Tani?
Tony?
Yeah.
You sure it's not a dude?
Huh?
You sure you sure it's not a dude?
It's not a dude, but watch out, I even show you. Watch. How right here? Oh, look at Tony Jordan. Yeah, she probably knows Michael Jordan, man.
She's related. Like second cousin.
See how to do a little dance?
Is that porn star or
Oh
model?
no, don't even talk to her like that, man.
He's like, "Don't talk to her."
Wait, let me see it.
Oh.
She cute, man.
Is this Snapchat or what?
Yeah.
What do you guys? Okay.
She just threw up. Is that what that is? There's a bucket full of shit in there.
Nice. Pancakes, man.
Oh, and that one's pancake. Oh, I don't even know. I don't know.
What do you guys think about? Let's think. I'm gonna choose from women to evil guy.
This should look delicious, either.
Donald J. Trump.
Oh, what the?
Tony
Dude,
Jordan.
I think we should go home. I'm tired as fuck. It's 2:50. It's about to be 3 in the morning.
All right.
Let's call it.
They go pretty.